Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie and this will be a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you're new to tarot, just know that not every Taurus reading is going to resonate. So if you feel like it's not for you or I'm wrong, please just disregard it. Never try to make a reading fit. I'm going to pull cards like King, Queen, Emperor, and Empress. Those cards describe a really specific personality, but they have nothing to do with the sex or gender of the person that we're describing. So if I pull a Queen, I could be talking about a man or a woman or anyone, you know? There's just no gender. If you want to catch more readings, you can subscribe to the channel by clicking subscribe. If you click on the bell, it'll notify you when I post. I do also offer a membership. If you want to check that out, you can click the join button. It'll just show you everything that I do over there and how to proceed. I do offer personals. If you want to check that out, it's all in the description of the video, and that's where it says more right below the video. Okay. We have intuitive awakening. I trust my intuition. Meditation and solitude help me connect to my instinctive center. As I focus inward, I can feel my intuition awaken. I pay attention to the wisdom of my spirit. The overall energy is the Knight of Swords. Supporting, we have the Four of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Empress, Libra Taurus energy. The King of Wands, Justice, the Queen of Wands, Libra energy on the Justice card. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Star, Aquarius energy. It's kind of interesting because I see that, like, there's balance in one relationship, but then there's disharmony in another relationship because there's balance in this relationship. Does somebody have, like, one of those, you know, like, crazy, like, in-laws, or, like, you know, maybe their parents are not very accepting of the relationship that they're in. And it doesn't even really make sense because it really is like a very ideal relationship. You know, we're looking at the King, the Queen of Wands with Justice in the middle, and the Star. I feel like this is a very complicated decision for someone, you know, and it's even worse if it's not you that's making the decision, you know, because then it's your decision. But if your, like, partner has to make that type of decision, it'll be really rough, you know. So some of you could have an Aries parent, and if you do, make sure to watch that reading, because I feel like it ties into this. There's like this need, you know, it's like someone is choosing for the first time in life to have self-autonomy. It's looking like, because it's the Empress, it's kind of looking like there's like a parental figure who really has basically been in control of someone their entire life. And because they refuse to accept whatever type of relationship this is, they've kind of decided that they were going to keep their distance. And I feel like after acting a fool, you know, the Knight of Swords doesn't really think before he speaks. He just does what he does. But I feel like, I mean, look at the face of the rider here. Very aggressive, very agitated. I feel like there's just this issue where someone's parent or parental figure just had too much control over them their whole life. And they're breaking free of that here. Maybe somebody's worried about that. They know that, like, their partners, like parents, don't approve. The partner is unaffected by this. They're tired of being controlled, and this decision is theirs. So you're actually secure in that position. I do feel like that's still a rather tough spot to be in. I mean, everybody wants, the other family to accept them. It just doesn't always work like that, though. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not really about the spouse or the partner. Other people go through things in life. There's situations, people talk about, like, momzillas and things like that, but they don't know what them people been through. Maybe they, like, lost a partner and then the child's all they have, and so they don't know not to grip or something, but, either way, the other person is no longer controlled by them. So I don't feel like if it's your spouse's choice that you really have anything to worry about. Because the way that this person is viewing it is like, it really doesn't matter who they chose. Like, no one would ever be enough, or because that's just kind of like the parent could just be kind of like hypercritical. If this is your parent, I'm sorry that you have to make that decision, although it kind of looks like they made the decision for you by not accepting some type of partnership that, to me, the universe, obviously here with the cards, and everyone else seems to be very ideal. A perfect match. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit, the Sun, and the Four of Wands. Some Virgo and some Leo energy here. Queen of Swords. Three of Swords and the Moon. It's like, someone has to choose their happiness over the happiness of others, and it's just that simple. Someone is very happy where they are, and if somebody else doesn't want to talk or whatever, like, that's perfectly fine. I think that somebody needs to be reminded of that. Like, somebody else's ideas of, like, what are right and wrong in your life are, they can be okay if that person, I think, just doesn't hate everyone, and this is this person's choice. If they don't want to be a part of your life because they don't accept the relationship that you're in, do they even love you? And that's, if it's a parent, you really do, it may actually feel like that. I don't feel like most people should have to question their parents, but it's like, you don't even accept me for me. I'm trying to tell you I'm happy with this person and you won't accept that. Maybe some of you are the parent. Maybe this is in the reverse, but it's something like that where somebody needs to understand that, like, love is love, and no one else is going to be able to control that. When two people decide that they don't want to be in orbit of one another anymore, that's different. But, I mean, somebody's about to accept someone choosing to not deal with them so that they can just be themselves. And somebody else is going to have to get over themselves if they want that relationship. And it's like that in life sometimes. And they will. Things will get reconciled. Somebody just has to get over themselves. That's all that's happening here. So just calm down. Don't worry too much. Things will work out in the end, okay? I'll see you next week.